Hey everybody, Tony D. Little Jones asleep on the couch, and thank God the dog was off the hook today. This is a screenwriter's rant for Amityville in space. Yes, you heard that right. Amityville horror in space. Amityville. You know, the Amity house from the Amityville horror. A franchise that I guess it's an open franchise. Anybody could use the term Amityville. So, and the reason I say that is because obviously these very low budget guys decided to do this ridiculous movie, and it's called Amityville in Space. So it starts off at the Amityville house. This house is evil. Oh no! And then something happens, and I don't know. A priest is in the house, and the house just gets transported away. It just disappears, and then the year is 3015. And they've got, I don't know, they find the house in the middle of a black hole or something. And so they beam into the house and start walking around, but the house is still evil. So I don't know who this guy, I don't know what time period this guy's from. He's got sunglasses on. Is he from 3015 or is he from, was he trapped in the house when it disappeared? Anyhow, the priests are there too, I guess. And there's scenes of like guys with glowing eyes, and the curse goes galactic, and there's spaceships in it, and the priest is somehow still alive, I guess. And it's called Amityville in Space. This is just about the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I guess this is some sort of alien. So, and then this guy has a laser gun. Oh, this is the guy with the sunglasses. This looks beyond stupid. Here's the synopsis. Pack your bags for a frightening intergalactic stay at Amityville. The ultimate battle against the Amityville curse begins after the infamous murder house is exorcised from Earth and reappears in outer space. I'm pretty sure that's not how exorcisms work, but it would be cool if it did. There's a disembodied hand that runs around and grabs people. There's a giant pentagram in space. I don't know. Is this on the spaceship? I guess. I don't know who's from the future and who's. I mean, everything about this movie is terrible, in my view. Other than it's hilarious. Directed by Mark Polonia, starring Titus Himmelberger, Cassandra Hayes, Tim Hatch, Ryan Dalton, and Jeff Kirkendall, who I assume are all of Polonial's friends. But it got distribution. It's more than I got, so I'll give you that. You got distribution. Film Is Now is the best channel to watch the latest official movie trailers. I don't know about this trailer, though. Jesus. So the priest is still in the future. He ends up on the spaceship somehow. He got exorcised with the house. I don't know who this woman is. I'm going to guess she is the on-ship computer. I mean, she's playing the on-ship computer, maybe. I don't know who this guy is. Somehow there's a bunch of priests still in the house, and they've got guns. Are they from the future Vatican? I mean, I get what you're trying to do, but it just looks very silly. Very silly. Maybe as a comedy this works. I'm not buying it for a minute. Here, look. I'll show you. The effects. Yeah, you can't do effects like that in a movie. Come on. That's not. No, don't do that. You gotta spend more money than that. It's just silly. It's just absolutely silly to do this. Here's the black hole, I guess. That's not really a black hole, though. I guess the house goes in there. It just hangs in space somehow. Here's the guy beaming in. That's something they make fun of Star Trek for, is not being real. I don't know why that guy has sunglasses. I mean, this must be I assume this is a ridiculous movie. I'm just going to assume it's just totally meant to be a dumb B movie, check your brain at the door sort of situation. That it's like trauma. You just got a bunch of your friends and you're shooting this movie. Yeah, some have taken acting lessons or they're in community theater, or maybe a few of them are actors who are just starting out their careers or whatever. But come on. Come on. Amityville in space. No. No. This is totally silly. All right, let me see if I can break down the acts. First act takes place in Amityville, and they do the last exorcism, and the priest does it, and somehow the house gets transported into space. That doesn't make any sense, but okay. I mean, I guess for this, that maybe that's the opening of the movie. It's probably the first act, I'm guessing, because it feels very low budget. I mean, this is a micro budget movie, right? It's a micro budget movie. Shot with your buddies. It's got distribution, though. It's on the IMDb. I mean, it's just silly. So then the second act is, I guess the house is rediscovered in a black hole sometime in the year 3015. Which, apparently they're still wearing sunglasses in 3015 in space. So they're doing that, and I guess they discover the house and it's still evil, and the priest is like in suspended animation, I guess, or he's been trapped in there for like 1,000 years, maybe, or a little less than 1,000 years. Did they make this in 2015, and it took this long to get it done? So then at some point, I guess they team up with the astronauts to destroy the Amityville curse, which apparently can transport itself to space somehow with the house, where you could breathe inside the house, inside a black hole, I guess. And then, so it's another battle inside the house because it's low budget and they blacked out all the windows, just hanging out in space. Although I'm sure there's a shot of one guy, oh, look, let me look out the window, and then it's POV of like space and like spaceships and stuff. And then I guess there's some aliens in it too. Maybe they have some stake in this. I would I watch this? I think I have to watch this, just to see how stupid it is. I mean, that's the kind of movie I think this is very intentional. I don't think anybody's like sitting around going, "No, this is a serious movie. Amityville in space is my masterpiece." No, I think you took some very silly elements and mashed them together. So this is kind of, I'm guessing, tongue-in-cheek. I would say play up the comedy more. There's not enough comedy in this, But there is something to be said about doing a ridiculous concept and treating it as if it's the most serious thing ever. In which case, I think your actors need to kick up their game a little bit. I know it's probably too late for that, but I would have loved to have heard some crazy dialogue from this, like a real line from it. At least the priest saying, "May the power of Christ compel you." Like just delivering that line like he's 100% like, "I've got to save the world." Something. It just, it feels like you're kind of half-assing it. So, go the whole way. Go big or go home, I say. If you're going to commit to this, we're being serious, but, it's a totally insane concept. Or if you're being serious about this, in the unlikely event you're being serious about this, if you actually thought this would be a good idea for a movie, let me tell you, I think it's not. I think it's a terrible, terrible idea for a movie unless you plan to have people laugh at it. Because it's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous concept on many, many levels. From even the supernatural level, it's just dumb. Supernatural stuff in space, it's a really tough sell. That's a really tough sell. But I had to show you this. Hey, look. On that level, it works. It totally works on that level. Amityville in space, it gets people talking. It gets people talking. I would watch it on the level of like a trauma movie, you know. And I'd probably get bored halfway, 10 minutes in, and I'd start zooming through it, and come on. Give me one person that can act in this movie. I hope somebody can act in this movie. Really act. Gotta have some good actors. That can raise something like this, above its origins. But it's tough, man. It's tough to get good actors. For a lot of years I thought, acting, that's easy. I'm the sort of person even before I took improv, I was pretty good at improving stuff. And I'm just kind of a natural actor up to a certain point. So I didn't really understand what was so hard about it. But then as I got into improv and acting, I realized, no, there's more of a commitment there. And so people who aren't even natural actors, they're often terrible. I mean, I know actors, professional actors, that are terrible at acting. I don't know how they got the jobs they got, but I guess because of their looks, but they're terrible. They're absolutely terrible. So it's really tough to get good actors, But you need them. You need them. I would be interested. Now, if there's a couple of good actors in this, maybe the cut of this is a little off and didn't showcase the good stuff. This could be a lot of fun. It could be a lot of fun. So I hope I'm not being too harsh, but that's just, I had to show you. Anyhow, that's it for me, Tony D, Little Joan. Check us out on Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for our more bass takes. I'm not sure what the fourth video is going to be today. It'll be a surprise to me when I shoot it, and we'll see you tomorrow.